Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. What we're about to do in this video is talk about something that, to be blunt, I've never been less confident on. This video is intended to be an examination of Kabam needing to further clarify and explain things. It is not supposed to serve as some kind of declaration of a specific policy in place. Kabam has to know that so many players, since the beginning of the game, so many years ago, have multiple accounts. They have to know, and I mean have to know, that that is a part of the game experience. And certainly people have talked about this for years, and it has been controversial in the past, specifically with the gifting event. I don't have to tell those OGs especially out there that for years we had so many people, and I mean so many people, who grinded with their alt accounts to build up units to gift their main account. It was genius. And it was a lot of work. And I did a video years ago where somebody walked me through a breakdown of how many hours they spent a week grinding mainly the arena. Legally, by the way. None of this terms of service break stuff. So that they could do that for their main, and it was worth it. And it was great. And then Kabam, of course, put a stop to it. And this year, we can't even say the gifting event. Maybe we're going to call it the holiday event or something else. So, I was told, in the last 24 hours of the time of recording this at least, that Kabam is going to make it to where there's a chance that your account could be flagged for logging into multiple accounts on a device. First time I heard that, I said, BS. That can't be the case. Because too many OGs, too many high-level accounts would instantly walk away. This would be a PR disaster like nothing we've seen, and my goodness, is that saying something. With that being said, the people who sent this to me said, Prof, you still need to cover it on the channel because the rumor is that laws are going to change and Kabam's going to try to get ahead of the laws by cracking down on this. I am not saying that this is true. I am saying that this is the fear. There's a big difference. And I would be very irresponsible with my platform if I declared something was true that wasn't. So we are simply saying on this channel in this video, and I'm going to title this something similar to this effect, Kabam has a lot of explaining to do because they need to make sure that they don't go against their word and also that they don't freak people out, especially depending on what these law changes are. And I got to be honest, I didn't know any laws were changing in the U.S. or across the pond. No clue. First I've heard of that. I've been a little busy getting ready for the new semester of teaching and the whole promotion thing, but didn't know. Okay, so we're going to start with this image first, which is directly from Kabam's terms of service. Interfere with fair play intentionally, interfering with the operation of fair play of any services, including services available through any third-party platform or any other user's enjoyment of such services is determined by Kabam in its sole is in its sole discretion. For clarity, what may be determined by Kabam to be fair play or unfair play may vary from game to game of the services, including, by way of example only, operating and playing on multiple accounts for one game. So the reason why this post was flagged and why I'm talking about it now is that I read it as Kabam has sole discretion to flag something on a case-by-case basis that may be a gray area for players. I don't read this as anybody who has multiple accounts and is not breaking the terms of service is going to be flagged. But what I do read this as, more people have a reason to be concerned. Because it seems a little sketchy. And then we have the security and service interference and disruptions, interfere with or disabling security-related features of services, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know that's terrible. So, that is point number one. Now, to build off point number one, let's examine a couple other things. Kabam Porthos in June 2022 said having more than one account is not a violation of our terms of service. However, these forums aren't the place to discuss any actions which have been taken on individual accounts, including in-game bans. So, June 2022, Kabam Porthos tried to clarify that this is not something to be concerned with. And then Kabam Mike said, as long as you're not using your accounts to cheat in any way, and both of those accounts belong to you, you're not doing anything wrong. While that was in the last few weeks, and I appreciate the clarification, here's where it gets confusing, and this is why I've been asked to cover this on the channel. And again, I have as limited knowledge as anybody else. I'm simply just reading to you what was sent to me. This is an official email from Kabam. Hello. We are writing to let you know that we are updating our terms of service and privacy policy, which is why you are receiving this message, even if you have opted out of Kabam marketing and promotional emails, which is kind of a weird statement. We're updating the terms of service and privacy policy to make the policies easier to understand and to address some new laws in Europe and the United States. Again, I didn't know there were going to be new laws. Did you know? I don't know. We encourage you to review the updated terms of service and privacy policy before the changes become effective on September 20th, 2023. By continuing to use our services on or after September 20th, you are agreeing to the updated terms of service. So, I don't know really what this means, but I know Kabam has some explaining to do. Kabam has a lot of explaining to do. And I'm going to be very curious in the next month and a half if there are any reports of people saying, hey, my account just got screwed over. Because normally when that happens, the person was in the wrong. And I still want to assume that's the case if I hear that, but you just never know. So Kabam, bad timing for this story to circulate, but you've got some explaining to do. And with that, I covered it, and that's all I want to say about this for the moment. I will do more videos on this if there are updates, and if there are no updates, this is it.